Everyone, it's Nicole and I have the last layout using the July Valley High Studio Calico kit. What I showed right there is the pile of scraps that I have left, and that's it. That's the biggest pattern paper that I have left, and I'm just going to cut the part that was kind of jagged, and I'm going to use it as is. It was a nice size, so I want to use that. And then the rest, I am just going to cut it down into blocks and strips and just make basically my own background using the rest of these pattern papers. And that big block of pattern paper, that's where my photo is going to be. So basically, I'm trying to use them the size that they are. And once so that I decide on a size, then I kind of have to, cut the ones around it to make sure that they fit that size that I decided. So hopefully I move the sheet over. I've been cleaning my desk off, and I think my camera got kind of shifted a little bit when I did. So I'm not exactly, I'm going to have to really look and see where the camera is now. Like what I did was on my grid, I knew from the grid where I needed to have my pattern paper, and I think that moved over because I'm exactly where I need to be, and I'm over to the right a little bit too much. So that pattern paper that's cut like a flag, that's what decided basically the way that I'm going to take this page, because that I cut it for another sheet, like another layout, and I didn't end up using it. But where it was cut like that, I was like, oh, that'd be cute if I just made a bunch of banners and and flags for this page. So that's what I'm going to end up doing. So just this last layout, tomorrow I'll be uploading the kit, and you'll see like I have literally pieces of pattern papers left. And once I don't even think it was once I was done the kit video, when I took it off screen, I threw it in the garbage. Like it was just literally little scraps. Now I had put a piece of pattern paper, the blue pattern paper, at the top and the bottom of the layout. And then this was the branding strip from a pattern paper. And I remembered that I still had the second sheet in my stash, so it would have had the branding strip. So I went and got it and cut it. So now I'm going to have the branding strip at the top and the bottom of the layout. And I love that I'm using the branding strips because some of them are really cute. And so basically it's just like a block layout, and I'm trying to use the pattern paper in the shape that it already is. And like I said, once I choose a size though, then the rest I kind of have to cut them down so that they all, like one row is the same width, and then the next row they might be different lengths, but the width is the same everywhere because I didn't want it to be all jagged. I want it to have some kind of order to it, I guess. So now I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pattern papers, and I'm going to make little banners, and I'm going to have a little cluster of banner right there, and that's where my photo is going to be too. So I'm going to have 5 banners with the photo, and then in a few other spots on the layout I'm going to put a few little banners. So some of these strips were kind of long, so I'm just trying to see how I can cut it down and add more colors and add more of the pattern papers that I got in this kit. Because I don't know if this was my favorite Studio Calico kit, but it was close. Like I really, really enjoyed this kit. And I mean, I was glad to put it away because I've been working. I checked and I busted out this kit on October 31st. So it's time for it to go. Like I've been scrapping with it for over a month. So, I mean, in that sense, I was glad to move on to the next month, but I was kind of sad to, because I really enjoyed those papers. I thought maybe I would cut out that little car. I did cut it out, but I'm not going to use it. At this point, I still don't even know what picture I'm going to use. Because my biggest thing at this point was just to use the rest of these scraps. And that's where I thought maybe I could do like a traveling page. But like I've said before, I'm doing my December daily. And what I'm doing is whatever pictures I don't get to use in my December daily, I'm trying to scrap them right away. And I think this is where I'm really, really going to like Project Life, because if I can keep that up, that whatever doesn't make it in my Project Life, if I scrap it right away, then I can still go and scrap other, pictures that were taken months before, because I don't scrap chronologically. But it's kind of fun and exciting to scrap pictures that were just taken. You know what I mean? It's kind of neat. So if I can keep that up and do that also when I start my Project Life in January, then it's going to be nice to once in a while, whatever I print for that week, if it doesn't get put in my December daily, then I can put it in my scrapbook right away. So I think I'm going to enjoy that part for sure. So I knew the order that I wanted the pattern paper, but a lot of them I had not cut them down. And actually that blue water type pattern paper is a little crooked, but that's okay. I don't mind. I didn't want to cut it down because then it was going to make it smaller. And at this point, everything was cut to the right size so that everything would fit like a puzzle. So I really, really didn't want to mess with that. So I just make sure that there's about 1/8 of an inch beside, in between each photo. No, not photo, pattern paper. Just so that it has sort of like a little breathing room in between so that your eye can get adjusted to the different pattern papers as they switch over, because there is a lot of different pattern papers. I'd say there's at least 12 or 15. Yeah, there's like 16 or 17 different pattern papers, which is awesome, And in the end, like I said, I decided to use a photo that I didn't use in my December daily. So it's actually of my setup the way it is now for my December daily that I cleaned off my desk and my filming station. And I just wanted to document that because 6 months from now, I could switch all that up. I love to switch things up. Like, things don't stay the same too long in my room. I keep switching it around. So I just want to document what it was like in December 2013. Now I'm going to take my writing pen, and these are close to my heart. And they come in in 5 different sizes. And I just love them. I've had them for quite a few years, and they still write perfectly. Like, they don't miss or anything. So hopefully they still sell them. So when I run out, I want to order them again. And now I know everything is glued down to the page, but I'm just going to take my time. And usually once they're already glued down to the page, what I like to do is I do all my horizontal lines on all one line, and then I go back and do my vertical lines. And that way I don't have to keep flipping the page over and over and over again. And sometimes I miss one or two and I have to go back, but I try to get that done that way so that I don't have to keep flipping the page over. And it's a little riskier that you can make a mistake and go off onto your background, but if you take your time, it's not too bad. I think I I didn't walk away. I think I just went to my computer and put on another YouTube video. Because what I do is while I scrap, I turn on, I put on somebody's YouTube videos and I watch them as I'm scrapping. So I feel like I have, scrapping buddies. So it's going to take me a little bit of time to outline all of this. And this page actually only took an hour and 15 minutes to complete. It was really quick. But again, when you're not thinking about what you need to do, because all I had was scraps, I didn't know how the rectangles and squares were going to land, but I knew in my mind that's what I wanted to do. So it was just placing one next to the other and just getting it done. And then just outlining it so that each square would stand out on its own so that they wouldn't float in the background, but kind of be grounded to the background. And now I think I was kind of starting to think about what picture I was going to put on this layout, because at this point I still don't know. And that picture was sitting there because I was doing my December daily and it didn't get to fit in one of my December dailies. So I just grabbed it and I'm going to glue it on the page. And now I'm going to glue those little flags. And that too, I just basically, took the pattern paper almost to the size that it was. And if it was a little too long though, I would cut it down just so that the flags would have different layers and that you could see each flag underneath the other. And now I'm going to take some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals and I'm going to put it underneath each little flag just so that they are kind of raised off the page so that they almost look like they're flying in the wind. And I'm not even taking the backing off because I don't care if it glues to the other side of the pattern paper or not. It's just going in an album. It's not going to move. I'm okay with it staying like that. And I took out these are rubber thickers and they're called Begonia and they're one of my favorites. They came out with two of them. They're from the Amy Tangerine line. And there's a gray one and a pink one. And I think I have 4 packages of the gray one and like 3 of the pink one because they also came in kits. So, but that's okay. I love them and I know I'm going to use them over and over and over again. So basically the title of this page is just going to be Love It, because right now the way that my setup is, I love it. I love coming in here and playing with my tools and my papers and my stamps and my washi, and I just enjoy being in my room. So I took out my favorite washi tape and I'm going to put it in a few areas, and I thought maybe of putting it in behind the title, and I kind of tested it right there and I didn't like how it looked. And then, of course, my washi stuck down on my photo, and I was a little afraid because I printed that photo at home. So I was afraid when I pulled the washi that the ink would come right off, but it didn't. So I was really happy about that. But you can kind of see the glue on the photo, but that's okay. You have to really look really closely. So I'm going to put a few banners at the top right of the layout and the bottom left of the layout, right on top of that washi tape. I'm just trying to use some of the same colors that were in the big cluster of banners. But I had a lot of those. I had a hard time finding a paper that I had left over. So I really used these papers right to the last of it. So I'm really happy about that. It's just done. I feel like I got my money's worth out of this. This kit, I got 22 layouts and I don't even have a lot of, because I always buy the add-on pattern paper and the more pattern paper, and I have hardly any of that left too. I thought of moving that whole banner to the bottom left to the bottom right because then it would be more of a triangle, but it was totally off balance when I looked at it that way. So I really liked it more in there's still a triangle, it's just more elongated. Like it's really like a wide triangle, and I just liked it better on that side. So I just realized that I had not outlined these little banners, and then I had these little not lawn fawn, freckled fawn stars. So I'm going to use them on this layout. I'm going to put 3 of them, and then I'm going to take out some enamel dots. And I thought maybe I wanted to take that washi tape off, but it was going to rip the pattern paper. So that's one thing. I love that washi tape, but it's not forgiving like other washi tape. Like once it's down, it's down. It's not coming up. So that's one thing that I have to keep remembering is other washi tapes. You can put it down and kind of, if you don't like it, you can lift it. That one, I need to be sure of where I want to put it down. So now I'm looking through my enamel dots for some pink enamel dots, and I'm going to spread them out between the 3 clusters, and I'm just going to put 3 different sizes of enamel dots around each cluster. And if you want to see some still pictures, you can go to 2 Peas in a Bucket or Studio Calico in the Members Gallery. You can look for Nicole Jones 911. You can look on Pinterest, and I have the link on my YouTube channel. And also, you can join me on Facebook. The link is in the description. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter. So you can try to find me there, and it's still Nicole Jones 911. I also divide all my YouTube videos into playlist. So this one will be under the Valley High Studio Calico kit. And I try to move them right away. So as soon as I upload, I try to move all the videos where they need to go. So if you're looking for specific, because I do a Killikit video also for all the pages. So if you see a page that you like, you can then go to that playlist and you can find that video. Now I'm going to use these Tim Holtz little letters. I absolutely love them, and I was actually really glad that it came in one of the December kits for Studio Calico, and I've already pulled it out. I'm not even waiting till I get to my December kit because I want to start using them right away, because now I have one with my December daily and one with my regular stash, and I'm just going to use them up. Not that my first package was used up at all. Like, these things last forever. There is 900 little letters and numbers in this little package. So right there, I'm just putting December 2013. Since I couldn't lift up that little washi, I decided to go with it, and I'm just going to put the date there. Now I'm going to put a little bit of journaling, which is not there yet, but I'm going to put the journaling right underneath the photo where the pattern paper, it's just the white with the blue outline polka dots, because even if I journal on top of that, you'll still be able to see the journaling. Now I'm going to show you a few close-ups of each cluster. I've added some Mr. Huey in the 3 clusters. It was just in the pink. I just did the one color this time. And that's it. The page is done. And I can't wait to start with the August kit, which I'm about halfway through my first page. So thanks for watching. Bye.